Yeah. Start recording. Okay, right. Hello, and welcome back to Warhammer 2 Total War Araby. It's been a while since I did an episode of this. And a fair bit has changed in the modding side of things since then. Quite a few mods have been updated over the Christmas period to the new year. Also, I hope everyone had a good holiday and Christmas break and New Year's. Happy 2020, everyone. Jeez. That's incredible and also a bit distressing in itself. But yes, there's been a few mods updated. So this is actually running. I've been playing this during the holidays when I wasn't streaming, and I've actually been playing with a variety of mods reactivated. So this is going back a bit in terms of mods activated, because I'm not going to be activating mods halfway through a campaign. If we have a look up here, actually, let's see, load. You can see some of the other missions, other campaigns I started in the meantime. I don't play them all through to completion. I had a Clan Scryer one, which got kind of expanded. I've ended up taking up parts of Tilia, part of Estalia, parts of the Border Princes, and also the mountains there in Karak-Hern, and also parts of the Badland and Ekrund, and also confederated with Clan Balls. I also had my Nagaron campaign, where I was playing as Malekith, where I control most of Nagaron, Karond Kar, bits of Krond Karkrond is what it's called down here. And also I moved into Marienburg and was taking parts of Bretonia. Then I did also do, for 4 turns, a bit of the Servants of Fimonide, which is a faction added by the OVN Lost Factions mod by Shaky Rivers, which adds the Famir as a playable faction. This is actually only 4 turns in, and I did very little. You start with all these provinces at the beginning, very scattered, though I think your armies are predominantly here. That was just to have a look at their buildings and trees and all that. And then there was also a game I did as Tulsin a bit, which you can see I did expanded very little. I haven't even confederated with the rest of the Wood Elves. But yeah, and these two, they're kind of ended because the Audible, as people have called it, is quite strong. Bretonia, for the most part, in my Dark Elf campaign here, is destroyed for the most part. Wood Elves have taken the southern parts here, and they really only have Bordello. They don't have Paravon anymore, I don't think. But even then, it's like, Paravon was a pain, because it allows them to get Pegasus Knights easily. And it's just like armies of flying cavalry. But I have the Empire coming at me, and I have the Dwarves coming at me now as well. Previously, the Dwarves were expanding over this way, to where Malus Darkblade starts, who's since died. I was marching him all the way over here. He got caught by Dwarves, died, so I'll be recreating him up here if I continue this. And I assume there's like 10 dwarf armies which were taking over here, now marching towards me because they've declared war on me. So, yeah. The Empire isn't being too much of a problem. They haven't completely confederated together, and I've been putting pressure on them. They've been just throwing armies at me, and I've been defeating them, so they haven't had enough strength to deal with much else. The Empire nearly went to war with the Dwarves. It was so close. Like minus 170. That was because of another mod. What was it? I was running a mod which I've mentioned, which is... oh, what's it called? Climate and... the Climate and something else which starts with C mod, and it changes the sort of climate setup for the factions. Playing as Nagaroth, actually, the entirety of Nagorod up here was unpleasant rather than the normal inhabitable. So it was all yellow for me, which made it harder to take control of. And actually only Ulth1 is considered pleasant for me to land on, the temperate island, as well as Albion. But it also adds a thing where major dwarven settlements, like Karak Izor here, it would have a red ring for mountains. And it would have under the uninhabitable areas, as well as all the other negatives, like it lists here, it would also have -50 to relations with all dwarf factions. And I was hoping with that it would encourage the dwarves to go to war with factions if, say, the Empire ends up taking one of the dwarven settlements. However, it's only the capitals. And it's not like Blackstone Pass doesn't count, this dwarven settlement here doesn't count, it's only the capitals, so only like Karak Izor, Karak Hern, Zufbar there, Barakvar here, and Kareza Karak, obviously. Also Black Crag there. And Karak 8 Peaks. But all the other ones, they don't count with this -50. So I don't think the Empire actually ended up taking any of the dwarven settlements. But as I said, I was hoping it would. The Empire nearly was at war with the dwarves, which is something I have not seen ever. Just in a way that if I could, you know, have them fighting against each other, but you know, it would mix things up a bit and curtail their strength. But anyway, I know it's not entirely lawful, or isn't. The dwarves and the Empire have a long-standing agreement. But anyway, enough of that. We're doing Araby here. And yes, I was being attacked by Chaos. And which episode is this? This is, I think, the 6th installment in this. So also, with my other campaigns, because of the order ball undergoing at around turn 150, if it starts going like that, then I might just stop the campaign, because fighting armies of dwarves and Empire units is tiring. Doesn't help that the vampire counts don't really seem to do much of anything. Anyway. So yes, we have... like, oh, that's Tilia. Ah, that's right, yes, we're allied with Tilia, and I told them to help me attack the Chaos armies down here. Who are we allied with? I have to refresh my memory with all this. We got a defensive defensive alliance with Tilia, Tabaro, Border Princes, Sudenburg, and military with Border Princes and Sudenburg. No friends with Bretonia, but that makes sense. Isles don't really care about us.
I can speak. Pray tell, what brings you before us?
Trade? You stuck-up snob? No? Okay, fine. Well, you don't know a bargain when it bites you in the backside. I would like to trade with the Empire. Non-aggression pact? No. Nope. Not interested. Okay. Has anything else changed? I don't suspect there's any other changes to the characters since I last played. I doubt the lists would update even if they had. Or would they? I don't think they would. Research is still the same, though I believe the mod author Shaky Rivers is working on the technology tree. I think it's going to have paths for whether you focus on like being an order faction or being like a chaos aligned faction, which I like the idea of. So yes, right, that's our building for beast units. We had just defeated, I think we just defeated a siege here. Yes, that's right. We'd been using the Howling Basilisk Bombard, which was to great effect. It won us that battle. And it wasn't firing right from the beginning. Okay, so we want to destroy them. They're within range of each other, but they've moved too far. So they might attack us next turn. Hopefully they don't have, what's it called? Lightning Strike. Making 770 gold. Got Zandri. We have military access with Khemri. We have defensive alliance with Tic-Tac-Toe there. Or the Tlaqua. Okay, yeah, I think pretty much it's just to end turn. Oh, Magritta. Can we do anything up here? That'd be nice. I want the iron smelter. What do we get here? Oh yes, the Ecclesiatium of Myrmidia. That would be nice, especially for the public order faction wide. Also want to build the walls here. And the slave traders. Slave traders for the income. But I'm not building any... What's it called? Go away. Go away. I don't want you here. Okay, end turn. So yes, I mean, we're like... What turn are we in at the moment? Was it 110 or was it 80? I think it was 110. The greenskins are still around. But I think as I've said in the past, they tend to do well and then disappear. Ah, Wood Elves get a military alliance with Tilia. If I can make friends with Wood Elves, that would be nice. Against Bretonia? Opposite Chaos, what are you doing? Nothing! Rahotep. Rahotep. Lightning Strike. Means I'll only have to fight one army at a time if I need to. You both move down here. Okay. Well, the walls are still... still there, so... shouldn't be a problem. We're gonna have to recolonize the Sheik, actually. Oh god, I just had the terrible vision of... If Tilia colonizes the Sheik... Don't do that. They're going to do that. Because the AI can't help itself. What do I do in that situation? Throw a fit and declare war against them, but they're defensive allies and it will ruin my diplomacy with everyone. I called them down here thinking I'm being so smart. I'm going to use the AI, but as soon as the armies are defeated, the AI is just going like, oh, there's nothing to do. Colonize. Can Can I tell you to attack something all the way up here? You're not at war with Sartosa. Go attack those Skaven up there. That's an easy army, and it's imperative that you destroy it for me. This is a dangerous mission. Should you choose to accept this mission, it will lead you all the way up there, and hopefully you won't colonize Lashik. If you do, well, I might have to get an elephant to step on your head. It's nothing personal. I think there is a mod which allows you to gift provinces. And I don't know whether it allows the AI to gift provinces to you. I've mentioned before, it used to be a thing in the older Total War games. You could give provinces. Let's see what they're going to do. Actually, let's just fast forward through the turn. I don't want to... No, you... Bugger. Just see the province turn white and... they went and colonized it. Ah! Oh, they're mobilizing their forces, but they colonized it in the first place. Maybe I could be sneaky and,
By the comet.
Hey, you. Who are you at war with, anyway?
You have a proposal?
You're at war with Servants of Chaos, Greenskins, Sartosa. But I can't tell you to attack Sartosa itself.
The nation calls.
I'm not at war with Sartosa. Because I was trading with them. I'm not at war with the Greenskins either. I don't think they'll leave their settlement. I'm sort of hoping that I can get them out of there and then possibly get it to rebel. So that I can take it back for them without having to worry about attacking them to get my province, my region back. I can be, even though I have an agreement with them, I can perform, I'm pretty sure I can perform, like, hero actions on them anyway. It will hurt my diplomatic standing with them, but it won't break the, what's it called? You know, the defensive alliance I have with them. At least I'm pretty sure it won't. I've been using assault units a lot as the Dark Elves. On the Masters, it was helping against the Bretonnian hordes by damaging their cavalry a bit. Or just damaging a number of the units every turn. You did a fair number of casualties that way. Anyway. Okay, so we've got kind of a standard army here. Oh, but yeah, right. Hang on, actually. How many armies are there down here? This one's sieging the settlement. I thought they'd fixed that. I thought I noted that my army wasn't taking part in the battle because it was sieging a settlement. Whatever. Okay, we'll fight this battle. So their army is not much infantry Oh, 4 units of Chaos Warriors, 2 Halberds, 4 Chariots, 3 Knights, 2 Chaos Trolls, and 1 Hell Cannon. Nah. We have 2 Ifrits? Yeah, the flying... what are they called? Manticores. In this army, which we could use against that Hell Cannon to deal with it. Oh yeah, the tactical map. I never use that. I think if I will have a look at it when the battle starts. It'd be better if it showed the units as rectangles? I don't think it does. I think it's just... yeah, it just has the icons. It'd be better if, you know, it had, I don't know, like a rectangle with the bars underneath it. To depict the units and how wide they were, with a symbol in the middle of the rectangle or something. Anyway, just a zoomed out perspective of the battle. Yes, so they're over there. Their other armies appearing behind them. My army is appearing behind me. Now Trebuchet can... that's where the Hell Cannon is. Okay. Go there. What's that? Oh, they're pit fighters. Go there. Go there. Spread out. Yes, yes. You go there. Promethean hatchlings. One there. One there. You can go in there. Elephants, you just go there. Cataphracts. You stay back. So that you don't get hit by a stray, what's it called? Actually, I can't see your... there we go. I was thinking I could Vanguard deploy him, but he'd be all on his own. So, I think it's safer if I just do this. Oh. There we go. Okay. Field Trebuchet, attack the Hell Cannon. You attacking? Come on, Hell Cannon. Ah, field. Come on, Trebuchets. Our giant crab's getting in the way. Oh, right. Okay, right there, there, there. Do that. There we go. And you march up. And you go like that. Another field trebuchet. Go. Is that what I want you to attack? Yeah, the stupidly long range of this spell. Sneaky! Wow, that did a lot of damage to them. Look at that. Didn't kill them, but it, like, did two-thirds of their damage to 2/3 of their health in damage. There we go. When are you attacking? Oh. These guys are really not going to be able to do much. They're light cavalry. Bam! We have these dervishes, they should be pretty good. And these slaves, which are... Okay, go there. And you three. Giant crabs, go! Bonk.
Summon fire! Quick march! Charge the battle hymn! Attack! We are Sigma's heirs!
Chuck a fireball at it. Bam! Okay, there. What do I want? You being attacked? No, you're not. Charge up. You lot go there. These Tuareg riders are really not that good at fighting, as I've found in the past. Especially not against Chaos Cavalry. Okay, go there, go there. You use hold the line. You use that. Purple Son of Zerus. And use that Jin against those trolls. Oh, where'd my Oh, you sods. What? How did he die so quickly? Wow. He better not be permanently dead. I can't remember whether he had immortal. What killed him? That's unfortunate. Yeah, they broke about as fast as I thought they would by Tuareg riders. They just don't last against them. Against anything, really. Really not that good.
Chaos good.
Come on, shoot those chariots. Pew! And them. And there we go. That was a bit messier than I was thinking, but yeah, well. No, I said to attack them. Khan Blood Eater. I wonder what he does for a pastime. Macrame. Well. I'll be annoyed if my Bright Wizard's permanently dead. How to deal with it? It looked like he got attacked by some Chaos Warriors, but Chaos Knights, but I didn't expect him to die that quickly. I suppose he is just a mage, but whatever. Okay. Decisive victory! Maybe he won't die. Looks like he did. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I've had characters fall on the battlefield, but in the after battle screen they've had a small slither of green of their health left. I don't know what causes that. And I don't think it's if they have immortal. Oh, my elephants died! No! Oh. They served us well. I was going to say, this battle wasn't going to be that much of a trouble, and I end up losing a mage and a mage and my elephants. Oh, and my cataphracts didn't do anything for the entire battle. Execute. Okay, fine. Now, is he lost permanently or is he only wounded? Can't remember what level he was. And he's been wounded. Okay, that's fine. And it's unfortunate about the elephants, but we can get them back. You're dead. Execute. And you. You're dead. Yeah, we lost some units, but whatever. I don't care. Founded captives, we'll get that. There we go. Glittering scales. And you went up 2 levels from that. We will get... Inspiring Presence And Desert Wind. Sultan Jafar, you can get. Get life leeching. And you, Nebo Maquette, can get. What do I want to do? Ooh, lightning strike. And you can get. I don't know. And just get a unit of slaves. Okay, so. Oh, we also have the mountains, that's right. Upgrade Eye of the Panther. Go up here. Magritta, what can we get here? There we go. You can recruit some units from it, from the mainland. Get that wharf. Get the slave market. Actually, don't get those slaves. Force march up there. And you. Just force march you back to hike. Right. We could still have more armies of chaos arrive because they sort of come in waves. So we're probably going to have to deal with another wave of chaos arriving on our shore. Trade agreement dissolved with Kothik, and it's because they confederated with Lothern. Fine. Nebo Maquette gets Taskmaster because he is force marching somewhere. Get population surplus in Estalia. Fine. And the Atalan Mountains. But I think that's just because we just upgraded the Martek to level 3. So it'll be just like one turn to get one population point. Ugh. Okay, any more chaos armies arriving? Nope. And you're really just squatting there, aren't you? That's annoying, because that means they control this. Because the Sheik has, well, the border is actually there. So, the land of the Sheik is actually this. Which is quite large. And it covers the entire road in this area. Sorcerer's Island is just this. A little bit of the coastline here, but... Okay, you can get... hard to hit. I think one of the other things the mod author was thinking was whether how much you would focus on gunpowder units. Because Araby doesn't... Its army had gunpowder units in it, but it didn't make heavy use of them. It had the Jezzails mounted on the camels. And that was really the only gunpowder unit they had, I believe.
My lady informs me that I must...
Yes, yes. Oh, we also hold Bel Aliad over here. Sure, get the gold mine. And you... Oh no. Get some slaves. Just get bodies. Oh yes, you. How's it going? Was I sending you over there for? To contact Nagarond, so that we could trade with them potentially? If we haven't made contact with them already because we own a port city. I don't know how that event works. The one with just like, you know, Age of Discovery or something, and it's like all major port owners have now discovered each other. I think it just means that they show up in your diplomatic list, but I feel like you should get vision of their vision of the settlements or their capitals, which are connected to the ocean. So you should be able to see Altdorf. At least have it revealed on the map, not like permanent vision there, just, you know, with the fog over the top of it. So you should see like Nagarond over here, Lothern, Altdorf. That's how I expect it to work. Tribute. We don't need to deal with the attrition, or with the public disorder for the moment. Hello. They've got 80 tolerance to us. And it's rising. They're very unfriendly. And it's apparently stable? It's not rising or lowering. Ah yes, Mad Mullets and... Okay, up. Bugger it. Hey, could you deal with them? If I colonize this, they're just gonna raise it, and then they're gonna come and colonize it. It's not fair. Go back. Get crabbies and get pit fighters. That's another army like the one we defeated, just cavalry and all that. Ugh. Fine. Oh, have we made contact with Nagarond? Nope. Oh, and you might be able to tell, my mouse wheel is much more functional. It's because I got a new mouse. Very nice. No more skipping around. It'll probably end up the same. It's the same type of mouse as I had before. And turned. So yes, one of the things people are thinking at the moment is that the people have noticed that the vampire count's AI is rather inactive. Manfred, in particular, has been noted to just have one army and sitting in his main province the whole campaign, pretty much, not doing anything. And I have noticed haven't really done that much in any of my campaigns, except get defeated. And some people think that their AI might be doing what the Vampire Coast factions do, because they only tend to build one army. But even the Vampire Coast expand a bit. Some of them. Well, most of them actually. Vampire Coast, or the Awakened, as they're called now. The Sea Lamprey army, and you bugger, you're going to take Sorcerer's Isles! Don't! Gonna have to go to war with Cetra. Ah! And Tilia just to get my provinces back. I don't need it, it's just annoying. Because, well, that had pottery in it, which is like, woo. I mean, we get more from trade, but I don't have the full province. We'd still have a path to our capital up through the mountain range. So, if I had trade resources here, I'd still be gaining the benefit of them. Oh well, I suppose it's just more factions I will inevitably betray. What have we got here that we can get? Ah yes, I'd like the Shah's Menagerie. Oh, we actually can get up to level 5. But we need 9,000. You are going to attack them! Well done, Leonardo Catraza. You go down here.
Beyond your comprehension.
Yep. Get more Promethean hatchlings. They're quite good. You can get some slaves. Forgot to move Jocked.
Greetings, stranger.
Oh, hello. What do you want? Military alliance. Sure. I don't have any more land you can steal from me, so may as well. Because now the Tomb Kings are going to take my provinces from me. The raising of settlements does make sense. It was a mechanic which was added in Attila, I'm pretty sure. Because it wasn't in Shogun 2. And I don't think it was in Rome 2. Before then, a faction always had to control a province. You couldn't just raise a settlement like this. So if faction wanted to gain a province, they would have to be at war with you. Whereas, you know, it's a ruin, that means it's up for grabs for anyone. And I haven't played enough of Attila to really get a feel of how it works in that game. I know large swaths of the map end up uninhabited because of the Huns. And that's kind of the point of the Huns. But my longest games in that, in what's it called? My longest games in Attila Total War are as the Eastern factions? Not the large faction. I forget the names of all of them. Not the large faction with all the vassals. It's I actually think it's the faction which starts down near Yemen. Or at least in the desert. In that direction. So. Right, what would I want to get here? Ballista, have shorter range. An Ifrit. Actually, can I get anything else? I got Arabian Nights once, but I don't think they're that good. I'd have to see... Or were they the equivalent of Empire Knights? I can't remember. I think they were faster. And maybe a bit more lightly armoured. And their speed is 96, which is pretty damn high for as heavily armoured as they are. Jaguar champions are just melee infantry. I have to tell myself that because they're images of a, well, there's a modified image of a Wood Elf unit. The Glade Guard, isn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, this army also lost its Jezzails. Way back, but I don't have enough money. Do I want a ballista? I'd prefer an Ifrit. A ballista would be more useful against slower enemies like dwarves. But against chaos, their cavalry move a bit too fast. You can probably kill a few of their chaos knights with a ballista, but the majority of them are just going to, you know, you're not going to deal enough damage to them as a ballista before they get in combat. Though playing as the Dark Elves and using their using their bolt throwers, I had a lot of fun going into manual fire with the bolt throwers and shooting down Bretonnian Pegasus Knights. It's kind of tricky, but when you land a hit and you see one of the Pegasus Knights just taken out of the air by a bolt, that's fun. Also, I feel like the what's it called? The spread bolts, you know, the cluster of bolts, which is more anti-infantry, is actually kind of good against air units, because it's like chaff. Or, you know, anti-air blasts, and you're just filling the air with missiles and they have a better chance of hitting them, rather than having to be a dead-eye shot and sniping them out of the air with a single bolt. You can just chuck a massive amount of bolts at them and hope for the best. Oh, you actually dealt with them. Well done. See, I wonder whether I could keep raiding them until they break my the alliance, until they break the alliance. Because raiding someone doesn't break your alliance with them. It just makes them unhappy with you. Other factions would dislike you for that, I'm pretty sure, because they'd be like, raiding actions against such and such. I don't have enough. 8%'s not worth it. Like walls here. But we don't have enough money. I'll get another unit of archers, because we need more ranged in that army, and then I might get some corsairs next. Oh, we can see Nagarond. Using the Black Arcs to attack port cities is fun. Though I don't think the AI actually understands them too well, because I had my Black Arc in... I had my Black Arc docked in Marienburg as a defensive army, and I don't think the AI recognizes the docked Black Arc as an army, because the Empire kept sending single stack armies to attack Marienburg, which possibly would be enough to take on the garrison. But it's definitely not enough to take on the garrison and a full stack from a Black Ark. Not that I'm complaining. It's rather fun to have battles which are easily won like that, and the AI is actually wanting to get engaged in them rather than, you know, what's it called? Rather than... yeah, rather than like running its armies away from you unless it's like certain it can win a battle. I kind of like the AI to be a bit suicidal, especially with its armies which are weaker than yours. Because it just... must be one of the hardest things for a developer, to make an AI which is at once challenging, but at the same time not so challenging that it's a chore to play against. I think I've mentioned Medieval 2, the AI was... we'll get desires. We'll get these ones. I think I mentioned in Medieval 2 the AI was rather thick. And it would frequently send like tiny tiny armies, like 2 to 3 units to attack you over and over and over again. Just because it was like, I've recruited these, I'm going to send them to attack you. And I think what would happen is that the AI in Medieval 2 would have like 1 or 2 full stack armies, and then you'd beat them, usually in a siege battle, because they'd attack your settlement and you'd easily defeat them, and then they wouldn't really focus on building another stack, so they would just keep sending partial stacks at you, and you could just like charge your way through them pretty easily with a full stack army, dealing with these like odd assortments of units, like a few spearmen here, a few cavalry there. But once you defeated the AI's initial force, it wasn't very good at coming back from that, unless you gave it enough time. What's that sound? What is that? Just turned up my headphones. Is it the Black Tower of Aachen? Yeah. Oh. It's Black Pyramid of Nagash? Okay. Did it always make that noise? The Black Tower of Aachen makes this. Like lightning strikes, but you have to be right up next to it to hear that. That's odd. Maybe it's only supposed to make that noise when it's like... This is actually an interesting settlement. In the Vortex campaign, you see this black part of the Black Pyramid of Nagash. In the Vortex campaign, if you succeed in awakening the... if you succeed in Tomb King's campaign, I think as any of the Tomb Kings, I played through as Ark of the Black, and if you succeed in the campaign, the Black Pyramid of Nagash activates, and it's like floating above the settlement, and it's got like light coming from beneath it, and looks like a giant spaceship. It just sort of floats in the settlement. It's sort of, if you play the map for the Black Pyramid of Nagash, it sort of looks like what it looks like on the battle map, which is quite cool. I don't know if it can happen in the Mortal Empires campaign, but it might make that noise when that happens. I don't think it's supposed to make a noise when it's just sitting there like that. Whatever. Right. And we got another turn until we get those gunners. I'm worried about this army of mad Mulletons here, but we've got a full stack of a garrison.
You're a pretender.
But they've got an army of 16. We do outnumber them. They won't attack us, I don't think. I'm hoping they won't. Thought they made it so that the pirate factions actually did attack coastal settlements every now and then. They do declare war on you and attack you if you get close to them on the sea. But... okay. Going to Vulture Mountain. Eye of the Panther. Yeah, get fields. In turn. I forgot to move you. And I forgot to... diplomatic stuff with Nagarond. That might not be worth my time looking at Nagarond. There's not much there, so it's just standing. There's a whole bunch of Norscan totems everywhere. Yeah, the Norscan factions, when they raise a settlement, they can dedicate the ruins to one of the 4 Chaos Gods. And the cloud which is emanating from the totem, as well as the totem itself, looks different depending on which of their 4 gods they devote it to. Though they call the gods different things than the, common Khorne, Tzeentch, Slaanesh, and Nurgle. They call them the wolf, the crow, the serpent, and the raven, I think? It's the wolf for Khorne, the crow for Tzeentch, the raven for Nurgle, and the serpent for Slaanesh. Yes, I think that's what it is. Yeah. That's Nurgle, of course. And this one is the serpent for Slaanesh. That one's, yep, the wolf for Khorne. And if there's a blue one somewhere, that will be for Tzeentch. They have a bar up the top where they fill in. You don't want anything. Okay. They have a bar up the top, which... for every settlement they dedicate to one of the 4 Chaos Gods, they get bonuses for it. And if they get all the way up to the end, they get a special bonus, like a unique unit, I think is most of them. Yeah, explore the island. A pathetic army. Pardon the captives. We get abductor. You, my sweet, will fetch a pretty price. Yes, indeed. Ransomed captives after battle multiple times. Income and post-battle loot plus 5%. Cursed Inlet, 8,000. Pretty nice. I did see a mod someone had made which meant that those little... these little, like, shipwreck things can appear on land. Which is a pretty neat idea. You could have, like, a little cave appear which has monsters in it and you would have to defeat them or something like that. I don't know. I remember reading about it, but I can't remember the specifics. But yeah, it's neat. You have little, like, little adventures you can go on land, which would be nice. Though the prizes are quite valuable. 8,000 we just got from that. If you're able to hoover up a bunch of them, you could really boost your economy. One of them in particular, probably mentioned it, is a large skull, which can give like 10,000 gold, but you have to fight a full stack of 20, which isn't too difficult, but I mean, the army never changes, so you know what to expect. Okay, build basic walls. And do we need the armorer? I don't think we do. No. I mean, it gives us just recruitment rank and global recruitment capacity and all that, so we can ignore it. We want ogres. Oh, we've got this actually. I'd kind of like the Shah's Menagerie. Can we upgrade that? We can. How much are the walls? I wait 3 turns and I'll be able to get them. Go back to old hike. Yes, yes. Stop snorting! You're a civilized man. Go into the Eye of the Panther. Scowl at King Roarer for taking the Sorcerer's Isles. And also Leonardo Catraza there just for squatting in my settlement. Go make yourself useful and attack the greenskins or something. Attack him? No. Attack Bretonia. Yes. Hopefully the Sorcerer's Isles is going to rebel. Though they're probably going to be building the public order building in there. How much does that increase for the Tomb Kings? It might only be like +4. Servants of Chaos have been destroyed. Oh, hello. Well, well, well. What a dilemma. Khemri is attacking Tlaqua, and I have to choose a side. Well, actually, I either choose or decline and break the alliance. You can't, like, enter war side of the aggressor. Be kind of funny. Sure. Okay, well, we're all with Khemri now. That means I can take back one of my provinces. Yeah, we broke our non-aggression pact with Khemri. That means our diplomacy is going to suffer for that. Oh well. Military alliance negotiated. Mootland and Reichland. Go, little halflings. Expand your empire. I want to see you succeed where I never did. Oh, we took over like half of the empire. Maybe. A third? Oh, you're raiding me now. They're like, we're just passing through, but now we've declared war. Now you've declared war, I'm going to, raid you. They don't care that I... No, they actually like that I'm at war with, Khemri. Tilia. Okay, what's my diplomatic standing? Oh, it's very high. It didn't change. Okay, interesting. Maybe it's only if it's a higher agreement? Eh, whatever. Get wild-eyed. Yeah, we've got Xandri as well, don't we? Don't want Gorgazan, Morgheim. Fronty Migol is over there. Agril Migdal is over here. This is actually, as we saw earlier, where one of the where one of your settlements is the Famir is. The Famir look interesting. They're kind of like the trolls in that you primarily have monstrous infantry. You have Famir Shurls, which are the slaves, Famir slaves. They're smaller and they're in larger numbers. There's a raven totem. And And then they have Familiar Warriors, which are just the same as the Norscans get. And they have them with great weapons or the two weapons. They fight with clubs or with big hammers. Well, they're more like big maces. With armor sundering, which is quite nice. And then do they have like Familiar Guard, which are like more elite warriors? They might. They have their general. They have the Bale Fiends, which are the spellcasters. What else do they have? They have Boglings, or is it Boglars? I think they're Boglars, which are... I haven't seen them in the battle, but they're like Snotlings, I think. So they're like large units of really weak greenskins. Also, and I was surprised by this, they actually have Zotes, which is wow. I don't know what the unit looks like. I suspect it's a reskinned Centaur. No, actually, it might be a reskinned Shaggoth. But yeah, a Zote is a well, if the Familiar are obscure, the Zote are even more so. This is really digging into like really early stuff for the Warhammer Fantasy. They were more common in Warhammer 40,000. Zotes are... they're like centauric creatures. Basically like centaurs, except they're more lizard-like. They tend to have green hides, tails, sort of like clawed feet like dragons, and do they tend to fight with a large club? Something like that. Anyway, they've got kind of like a dragon lizard head. So yeah, that's interesting. They've got the Familiar have got Zotes as a cavalry unit. It's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I was going to say, aside from that though, they don't really have too much, which is to be expected, because it's just Familiar, and Familiar don't use archers, or I don't think their lore makes mention of any archers. They use they just beat things up in melee and have their spellcasters.
I am ready to parley.
And they wouldn't have any animations for like you know, spear throwers or anything. Yeah, sure. I was having to think of what else they could have. They could possibly have units of Noblars, which could be just like goblins, like a step up from Boglars. Noblars are... they're basically goblins, but they're more cowardly and more sort of snivelling servantish than goblins, which are sort of more malicious and backstabby. Noblars feature with the ogre kingdoms predominantly. They're sort of like big-nosed, droopy-eared goblins, and they're more of a... instead of like the sort of grassy green, bright green like this, which the goblins are, they're more of a bluey green, or that's how they tend to be depicted, with red noses. But what else could the Familiar have? They don't really work with humans. Well, they do. Don't know whether they'd fight with humans, though. You don't really want them to have, like, Norscan units in their army, I suppose. Maybe you could have that as, like, camp friends? I don't know. They would have human slaves. But whether they'd fight using them, I don't know. As I said, there's very, very little lore on Familiar. Or, I might not have said, but there is very little lore on Familiar. Okay. Though they did get new models. I think Forge World actually released some nice Familiar models, which the ones in Warhammer Total War are actually based off of. Was the sort of heavy armor, heavy cuirass armor in their club tail. Before that, I don't actually know. They have models in Hero Quest, which I actually have some of those. I think they have a club and their club tail. Anyway, like Khemri. If I could take Khemri from you, I'd be very happy. Oh, hello. I'm going to... Well, you're not strong enough to be able to attack me. And you're defending me from this angle. Don't have enough for the walls. Did we get that gold mine? We did. 4,000 for the next. How's Bretonia feeling about us? Well, about the same, as always. Lashik is actually lowering in public order. And they're leaving. So it could rebel. Corruption might actually lower enough though, so that they don't have the problem. They get +5 because of technologies? No, they get +4 because of technologies. Because one of it is for the coastal village. There might be some issues with what categories the game puts different public order things into. I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial agreement. A non-aggression pact. Not a military alliance. Not a military axis. But sure. Oh, this is something I've noticed a few times in my games. I've often seen the Lawmasters of Hoeth up in the Empire. I don't know what they're doing up there. I think there's a event which one of the mods might add. I think we've seen it in the Araby campaign actually. Clan Rictus confederated with Clan Septic. It's not speaking well for Naggarond if Clan Septic's still around. But yeah, it's interesting seeing the High Elves up in the Empire. Also, in my Dark Elf campaign, Musalon has been defeated long ago. However, the army of Musalon with the Red Duke is actually sitting outside of Lucini in Tilia. And he's not dying. He was sort of sitting in Sartosa, I assume because there's vampire corruption there, but the faction's still existing. They don't have any province. But they still exist as a faction. So very odd. Anyway, you go over there. You go down to Bel Aliad. You go to Zandri. I'm going to send you over to Khemri to have a look and see how many armies there are around it. Don't have enough for anything. Nope. How much does it cost for the docks? 1,000. Oh right, we have to finish building the main building. How much are we making from trade? 3,000. Right. Sure, upgrade that. Oh, hello. Jocked. You've actually moved a fair bit. I wasn't paying attention to you. Get steel technology. They don't like us? Minus 40 aversion. Treaties with Lothar. Fine. Well, you've got bigger problems. You hold a fair amount, actually. Don't hold the Iron Mountains. Grafe and Temple of Cain. Sure. They hold Vol's Anvil, but the rest of this has all been razed. Vol's Anvil is a good building for the Dark Elves and the High Elves, because it has a unique building in it, Vol's Anvil, which gives you minus 10 upkeep to all of your units across all armies, which is very nice. Castle Tempelhof still held by Sylvania. Go, halflings! Oh, Eicherschatten is suffering from public order problems. Okay. It's just a lot of end turning since we dealt with those Chaos Warriors. Ugh. Anything going on? Nope, not really. Servants to Chaos. Puppets of Chaos. They're attacking me again. The Doomtide. They might have respawned. We'll see who's the fool. Sword of Cain's been claimed. In my Nagaron campaign, I actually had the Sword of Cain on Malekith briefly. He defeated Tyrion, who was holding it, and I picked it up for a bit to deal with some enemies, but then I gave it up when the game asked me whether I wanted to hold on to it or not, because I kind of feel like Malekith would be, out of anyone, Malekith would be just like, no, I'm not using this. Be too smart for that. I was like, no, what are you? You dumb? I'm not using that. Okay, what have we got here? An army. No Cetra. Oh, hello. If you raise the Sheik, that would be fantastic. Hey. Not aggression pact? No. Take your proposal and shove it. Jeez. Fine. I don't know why Khemri always goes up here. I suppose because they're at war with the Greenskins here, so they're just like, attack the Greenskins! Oh, we may as well take that on our way. But I feel like they should focus down here more. Or over here, anyway. Because I have never really seen Khemri build up a large empire. I think I've seen the minor Tomb Kings factions build up a larger empire than the Tomb Kings. Or then Khemri. Our great lord, Cetra the Imperishable. The Fey Enchantress is trespassing in my lands. Why? Are you going somewhere else? Peace negotiated. Averland and the Border Princes. Begone! Do nothing. Begone!
Who disturbs me?
Now there's something else in my Nagaron campaign. Marathi and the Cult of Pleasure got wiped out really early on. I thought the Greenskins in camp was a raiding camp. Yeah, whatever.
Flame on. Illumination light my way.
Okay, what have you got?
I forbid this.
Ushabti.
Do not
Ushabti.
my faith in you wanes.
Tomb Scorpion Carrions. And a full stack in there. Ugh. Well, I'm not taking that anytime soon, really. Unless I bring all of my armies over here. Have a look at this. Sunken chest. 1,500. Minus 10 upkeep for all units. Good. Wizard's Caliph Palace. Oh, that's right, yes. The walls don't actually get us garrison. They just improve the stats of the units in the settlement. And the Starfort getting us this cannon barrage. I'd still like to upgrade our hike to level 5. Yep, if only for the Slaver's Bay. And also possibly that. That as well. I want giants! Dune Scorpions and Royal Sultan's Elephants. Yeah, Khemri only own Khemri, I'm pretty sure. Well, no, they own Morgheim as well. What am I saying? But I don't want that. It's Badlands. And that's uninhabitable for me. The Western Border Princes Province. Actually, that might be held by Skaven. Yep, that's held by Skaven. You could tell because there's green rocks everywhere. Right. But vampire corruption. Really not that bad. Wow, it's spreading a fair bit over there. That's because of the Oh, Blackstone Pass post is held by Corone. So what's that caused by? Is it just... There's osmosis. Oh, that's Bloodkeep, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that was something. I think the climate and colonies mod, which adds the -50 to diplomatic relations with dwarves, might not be the best to have with the Ovian's Lost Factions mod, because Bloodkeep, which starts over here, is actually in the capital of the dwarf settlement in this mountain range, and that means I think it means that they get a -50 relations. I think they're in the capital. I think it still counts as the capital, because the Lost Factions mod renames it to Bloodkeep. But it's actually... what's the dwarves which are there? Are they still around? No, they're not. Or I haven't detected them.
Grudge bearer.
You made contact with them?
Anad. To war.
Nobody's got any relations with them, so they're probably being absorbed into the Kara's Ankor. Yeah. So... but I don't think it works too well, because... the, Bloodkeep starts there, and then they get a large penalty to relations with the dwarves. And I think the dwarves all turned on them, and they got wiped out pretty early on. Because, I mean, the dwarves would probably go to war with them eventually, anyway. But -50 from the beginning would mean all their neighbors would kind of hate them right from the beginning. All the dwarves around them would hate them right from the beginning. It wouldn't build up. Or it would build up faster, I suppose. So. How are we going for time? Maybe another half hour. Hey, Bretonia, you finally got to declare war on me? No, you've actually been kind of a good neighbor. I'm actually kind of terrified if you declare war on me, because you've now confederated together. But that means I'm going to be having to face armies of Pegasus Knights and Grail Guardians and all that. Ugh.
Greetings, stranger.
What do you want? Join war against the Greenskins. Are you going to give me anything for it? You're weak. You got barely anything to give. You're just asking me because you want me to save your hide. You have your cap at Akendorf up there, and you have, what's this province? What's this settlement here? Myrmidons. Akendorf, Myrmidons, and for some reason Stonemine Tower. Ugh.
You have a proposal? We are willing.
Are you going to ask me to go to war against the Greenskins? No, against Wintertooth. No. We don't see why we should go to war with the Norskins. Hello. Non-aggression pact with you. Sure. Warherd of Chaos is destroyed. But they'll just spawn again. This keeps showing up. This, I feel, really needs to be more specific as to what it's about. Because to me it makes it seem like Chaos has been defeated. But I believe it pops up whenever Chaos is respawning. Or, you know, it'll be like Chaos is defeated, and then the armies will pop up again and attack you again. You're like, but I thought they were defeated. It lied. Can we build the pyramids in here? No, we can't. Would Araby raid the tombs of the Tomb Kings? I feel like maybe for every settlement which has a grand pyramid like that for the Tomb Kings, the Araby could get a unique building where they're plundering the tomb, and you get, like, instead of like the Great Pyramid, etc., which has all these bonuses for the Tomb Kings, you could get like a, I don't know, trade goods from the building, as well as maybe some income from it. as you're plundering the tomb. Can you have buildings which you have to build either or of? No, which you have to build one of either one or the other, not either or. Because you could, if you could choose like either to plunder the Great Pyramid, etc., or you could protect it, and they could give different bonuses. Hmm. Still loud. Oh yeah, what are you doing? There's no Dread King down there. What do I want to do with you? Go over here. Get the gold smelter. Actually, no, because I wanted to upgrade. I'll hike. I just keep stopping myself. No, don't upgrade. Don't upgrade. Gotta save up. Gotta put the money in the bank. Wait. Yeah, Sylvania's still around. They don't seem to be doing anything. Hmm.
You come bearing arms. Is it war?
What do you want? Ooh, trade agreement. Come, let us sign a pact in the blood of innocents and seal it with the bones of your fathers. Well, how could I refuse? Good, Zinch will be pleased. We're trading with the Ag Hall.
Favored of the Witch King.
Fetcher. Die, Fetcher. What have we got here? Loot the carcass. Small army. Beat them. Oh, we lost some slaves. What do we get from it? Sure. Get 3,000. What do we gain? Road Warden. 8,000? Beast from the Deeps. Nice.
The nation calls.
You're not coming down to help your settlement, so that's fine. Actually, hold on. Go over to hike. Because that was cheaper when you were there, I'm pretty sure. No? Might have been because of a bonus I had briefly. I don't like it. What are the Bretonians doing? They're sailing with a whole bunch of blessed field trebuchet.
It is forbidden.
Pegasus Knights. Go away. There's more armies. Who are they at war with?
This is Bretonia. I am its king. For the lady's sake, state your demand.
Oh.
So I can reject them.
Okay, so Bretonia is at war with Chaos, of course, and Warherd. They're at war with the Citadel of Dusk, which is... Where are they located? I forget. They're not here, because this is the Lawmasters, which they are at war with. I forget where the Citadel of Dusk is. Anyway, what else? I just noticed the Gulf of Lustria there. Was that always there? I suppose it was. Warriors of Chaos. They were at war with the cult of Sotek and Itza. So the Bretonians are on the warpath and they're going to invade Lustria. Fine. You do that, Bretonians. I kind of like how blindly aggressive they are. Look at them. Just they're just sailing off. Bretonia is not Bretonia. Lustria is full of hideous lizard things, clearly out of the favor of the lady. We must deliver them, I don't know, justice on the end of a knight's lance. Good. We can build the elephants. We can recruit elephants here now. Do I want this wizard's palace? Allow me to get another Howling Basilic Bombard, which would be nice. At least I think it would. Also more mages. How many mages can I get at a moment? 4 maybe? Yeah. I can get 4 captains actually as well. Just getting the first level of it gets me +2 capacity. Actually, no, I don't think it does. I think I built one last time and it didn't increase my capacity as it says it does. But it did increase it by 3 when I built this wizard palace. Because I only have one of those, and that's in El Hike. Okay, yep. I'm pretty sure that doesn't do anything. Sure. And upgrade the Sorcerer's Isle. Come on, you savage orcs. You know you want to raise the Sheik. Is there any other...
You want to die now? Or when my ice age comes?
What is it? You like that I'm at war with all these other chaos factions. Yeah. You don't like I have treaties with the Border Princes, Tilia. You have -40 aversion. -40 for great power? Isn't that usually only like -5? And a lot for treaties with Tlaqua, Lothan, Lawmasters, Telsin, Lorelon Forest, and Aghol. And war with Khemri. You don't like that I'm at war with Khemri? Why don't you like that I'm at war with Khemri? Is it because you have an agreement with them? No? Whatever. What about the Hmong?
Ready for a headbutting contest?
Hey, and military access. Yes, we will take to our longships. Neat.
Yes.
Oh,
to be
Aghol.
honest, I'd rather be raiding, but you have my time.
What else did I say? I haven't actually heard many of the friendly lines from the Norskins.
Always ready for a headbutting contest. Enter then. Are you after a drink, a fist fight, or both? always ready for a head.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd rather be always ready. To be honest, I'd enter then. I'm always ready.
Not much.
To be honest, I'd rather be raiding. My time.
Defensive alliance?
Denied.
Nope. Get back to the Sea of Claws, Southlander. We will follow you soon enough. Okay, fine. Non-aggression pact and military access.
The tribe can say.
Yes! Yeah, other people aren't gonna like us for that. Yeah.
You have been granted safe passage.
Hey, non-aggression pact! No, not for the ice in Kislev. Okay. Yeah, other people aren't gonna like us for cozying up with the Chaos factions. Are you going to like it? Probably not. Or you don't care. Yeah, I'd like to be allies with you, Wintertooth. And we actually get friendly relations with the Skaven as well. But that's just overcoming our aversion. They still dislike us for other reasons. Okay. Get that. Unassigned skill. Oh, it's you. Get Crescent Amulet. Spreads corruption, but... Hey, unique item! People have mentioned in the past, and I kind of agree, it would be nice if there was different effects for Chaos Corruption depending on which province it's in. Or, I think the suggestion tends to be, it would be nice if Chaos Corruption had different effects based on which faction it was coming from. So if the Beastmen caused Chaos Corruption, it would just make the province look wilder, have like more like trees and dark forests everywhere. If it were from Norscans or from Wintertooth, if it made the areas look colder and snowier. And Chaos left this blackened land. I don't think they can do that though without having different corruptions for each of those factions. It does... The issue kind of is that with the desert, it does sort of mean the sand is turning into this sort of burnt rock. Which doesn't really make sense. Oh, Clan Scry is destroyed. Poor Icket Claw. I mean, how would you make a desert look? I suppose you could get rid of the burnt effect and just leave the cracks, and that would look fine. Maybe the pustules as well. For the Chaos Corruption. Just get rid of the land change in the desert. Because you end up with like this. It doesn't look too bad in the Badlands. Because it's sort of the Badlands look like that anyway, kind of. Well, they look like that normally. But in the desert, it looks a little weird. See. Anyway, it does look better than it used to. The chaos would use... The corruption would tend to emit rings and sort of spread outwards, and you'd end up with these circles, rings of corruption around settlements. But it's been changed from that. I think because it only shows the dominant corruption in a province now. You're fine. I'll keep moving you over here. Qatar is held by Quake. Sure, that's usually the case.
A nation calls, that is fortuitous.
That. Oh. Get the slaves, get the farm. And enter. Well, with Bretonia all fighting an errantry war or whatever they're doing, a crusade against the lizardmen, that does mean that Bretonia is potentially undefended. I say that, and then as soon as I go to war with them, the AI will just, like, build up armies. Where would it be easiest for me to attack? Karakun confederated into Karasakarak. A large swath of the dwarves just joint together. It's probably the end of the greenskins. Wow, was that mountain range and parts of border princes? Military alliance negotiated. Sudenburg and Tilia. I wonder whether Tilia, Stalia, and the border princes would have negative relations with Bretonia. They're kind of ambivalent to the Empire because they prefer their independence. I don't know what they'd think of Bretonia. Probably about the same. Flaxline, fine. Oh, you greenskins, you moved away. Bah. Okay. You move. Yep, Qatar's held by weak. Umas has the Pyramid of Tutankhamun in it. Try to get the iron smelter.
You honor me. Devotee of
Look at all these armies go down. This is quite fun because they're only like stacks of 9 and 8, which is be more enjoyable to fight against than just full stacks of 20 all the time. Oh, hello. Dirthu's taken Zavorak. I feel like the aversion between the dwarves and the elves should be higher than -10. Should be like -50. Or something. Anyway. Oh, hey, Empire. Are you willing to trade? Where are you? Up. Wait. Oh, that's Southern Realms. Where is that Empire? Oh, they are further down? Oh, they are. Reichland.
Yes. Be at peace, for that is
By Sigma, no!
Oh.
Who calls?
Hey, Ostland.
Approach us, friend, and make your offer.
Non-aggression pact. Trade agreement.
Of course.
Very well. You give me a trade. Unlike the poopy Emperor of the Reichland. He won't trade with me. Trust Tower of Crack. Are there any ruins or anything much I can take? Go back over to Zandri.
Say what you gotta say.
I don't know why they like military actions against Thegan's errantry. Thegan's errantry haven't been around for a while. I suppose it existed when that faction last existed, and then they remembered it because they got wiped out, but then they got brought back. In turn. Yes, I gotta get to see what the Bretonnians are doing in Austria by sending my hero down there. Probably not too much. I suspect that they might make headway initially, but then lose strength. Imagine Austria controlled by Bretonnia. That's something I haven't seen. Have I ever seen Austria held by any faction other than the Lizardmen? Vampire Coast might have held at least half of it. Skaven might have held a bit. Military Alliance. Name's a powerful mortal. If you know mine, then a treaty is possible. Yeah, sure. We have a pact. You will not regret this. I better not. Don't let this slip to the other factions, otherwise they're going to be upset. You don't want to, you know, disturb their sensibilities. Who was that? Oh, just a guy. Lord Mazdamundi. He's raising an army. Bruh. Oh, an Eternity Warden. This stalwart temple guard has defended the mage priests of the City of Mists in their seclusion and in battle for millennia. They're a unique character. Starstone Mace. The Eternity Warden. Yeah, he is. He's a unique hero. Interesting. Chakax. Gecko. Quantu. Simpson. And Wyrm. Simpson. Okay, let's go mess with the Tomb Kings over here in Gorgazar. They have a stack. Only one unit of Tomb Guard though. The rest of it's just cheap cavalry and some sepulchral stalkers. You better not be looking to raise Virus or something. Whoop 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 whoop. Gotta go around it this way, so that they don't get, don't take attrition damage. Oh, I can't build any more slave traders. What a terrible thing! Bay of Blades has been destroyed. Volksgrad is apparently held by Reichland. Who's this? Ulfra. Oh. Yeah, the Empire Captain. He's just not feeling too well. Oh, you can go up to Hike actually. So these armies, Savage Orcs. I think we've seen them before. One of my previous campaigns. It's just a bunch of basically nude orcs with paint on, which they think gives them, physical resistance. There's not that much to them. They're not fully developed as a minor faction for the greenskins in the base game. I do tend to play with a mod. Expanded factions, orcs, greenskins orcs. Which gives the Savage Orcs a few more variant units. Savage Orcs with spears, big uns with two-handed clubs, I think. But I think now a club and a shield. What else does it add? I think it adds another variant of cavalry for them. Oh no, stiffing. It just helps. The mod just helps, you know, mix things up a bit more.
You have a proposal? We are willing to hear it.
Hey! The moot! Wisdom of Arena guides us to cooperation. Non-aggression pact. Military access, sure. A solemn pact. Sigmar will decide if this is wise. Well... Hey! Halflings! I wonder if we could turn the halflings against the Empire. I wish you could manipulate factions a bit more like that. Okay. Karsabar is held by rebels. That's something I could go for. It's kind of a powerful army in there. Karsabar is actually held by one of the Araby factions, wasn't it? Counted the Bowmen of Orion. They're down here. Igar and Antoch. You greenskins are just wandering around.
My servant fails me.
There's still a lot of... Still a lot of,
My faith in you wanes.
If I dealt with this,
Forbidden.
I probably wouldn't be able to deal with this afterwards. Well, let me see. There's a lot of skeletons. They're not very good.
Do not betray.
This is better. And those. They have some archers as well. And a chariot. Doom Scorpion, some Necropolis Knights, which are better than they used to be. Sepulchral Stalkers. Breakbow Sharpty. And 4 units of Sharpty. 5, including the one which they can summon. We gotta deal with their armies sometime. We'll play this. Even though balance of power is firmly in my favour, I feel I can do it a bit better. We'll play this battle and then I'll probably leave the next one for next time. So yes, my idea is to have a front line and then use my various what's it called? Various Jinn to even the battlefield a bit. It'd be especially nice if they start off in a straight line. Also, their spearmen, I don't think will be able to really deal with my giant crabs. Or my catapult, trebuchet. It's called a trebuchet, it's not a catapult. They're different things. I don't have my fire wizard. Boom. Oh well. He's currently exploring. Okay, do that. Archers. You can go over here. We do have this Ifrit. And all these giant crabs. Cataphracts.
Curse the foe.
Also, yeah, I have to remember, Jafar is actually, as he is at the moment, is actually pretty good in combat. 81 melee attack, 55 melee defense, 500 weapon strength. That is no joke. I don't think he's meant to be that powerful, but he's a very good melee combatant. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. No, you don't. Oh wait, sepulchral stalkers are anti-large, aren't they? Yes, they are. You go for him because you have fire attacks. Hold on, hold on. Okay, go over there. You go there. You go there. You go over there. What are you shooting at? Okay. I gotta use it. There. So. Uh-oh. Shoot those Ushabti! Get that Lich Priest. Fees for chaos. And there we go. Army's crumbling. But wow. That was a decisive victory. Ah, my Ifrit died. Come to think of it, actually, as I was using it in that battle, Ifrits are actually pretty good against Tomb King's lords and heroes, because since they're mummified corpses, they have a weakness to fire. Even though they don't have regeneration, which is usually how units have a weakness to fire, but Tomb Kings just have one innately. Because they're dry, dusty corpses. Only lost 175. It's pretty good, pretty good. The other army will be hitting us harder because of all the, what's it called? Because of all the Ushabti. But my palace guarded by Southlanders really didn't get badly injured. Do I want to... I need to loot and occupy it. Otherwise I'll be taking a turn of attrition. Conspirator of Evil level 3. Plus 60 diplomatic relations with Norska, Skaven and Chaos. This poor warrior priest of Sigmar is gonna get wild-eyed.
Forbid this.
Oh, we lost a unit. Yeah, that's right. Oh, we can't get anything in time. Maybe he'll go for Zandri, because it's undefended. Get... Is he going up here? Bilbali has... Yeah, we could get a vintner. More wine. How are you liking us? Perfectly fine with us. You don't mind that we've got relations with Aghol. That might be because they were a Game 1 faction. You care. But you're a major faction as opposed to Tilia. You don't. You don't. I kind of assume that people always have an opinion on something, even if they haven't necessarily met the faction themselves. The dwarves actually rather like us.
All here are honored dwarves.
A non-aggression pact.
All right.
Now, I was going to change that to a trade agreement as well.
No.
Nope.
All the world is meat for my grinder. You
Hey.
first.
Give you a small gift. What do you say to that?
Look, here's you.
I'll take your gift, but it's your souls I want. What would Throg want with souls? I suppose he'd offer them to the Chaos Gods. Throg's not really as... Quotes from him in Warhammer books and all that tend to sound more eloquent. Though I imagine his voice still sounds the same, would probably sound the same, but he tends to have more, I don't know. Oh, as I said, a more eloquent bent to his dialogue. Okay, and I was just looking over all my settlements to see whether I wanted anything else. Not really. Maybe the greenskins would work better when in Game 3 if they have the backings of the Ogre Kingdoms, because the Ogre Kingdoms, I'd imagine, would tend to side with the greenskins. The Ogre Kingdoms are more neutral than the Orcs, than the greenskins, sort of just general chaotic attacking, but feel like they would side with each other more often than other factions. Because the greenskins would loot, but then the ogres would eat. I mean, the greenskins would eat as well, but anyway, I think that we'll leave it there for tonight. Warhammer 2 Araby. Not much has happened. How many missions? How many turns did we go past? Yeah, about 21. That's pretty good. Yay, faster turn speeds. So yeah, we defeated Chaos, which are attacking us down here. We lost Lashik and Sorcerer's Islands. Lashik to Tilia, who still have it. Sorcerer's Islands to Khemri, who Tlaqua declared war on, so we took advantage of that and took Sorcerer's Islands back. I'm going to want Lashik back somehow. It's just going down slowly, -1 every turn. The major Chaos invasion hasn't occurred yet, so Chaos Corruption will go up to +2 when that happens. That might push it over the edge. That might be in 20 turns. I might use a hero to destabilize the province more. They have no buildings improving public order apart from the coastal town. Oh, that's increasing it by +2. But that's as high as they can get. Unless they build a... they probably will build a tap room or whatever there. Might have to raid the province, but they're not going to like that. But I want Lashik back. Where? Halflings still own these 3 regions. Oh, they own Castle Tempelhof! Well done, you little sods.
By Sigma's will, come in peace.
Oh, look at that. The Halflings are actually making an empire. The strength 18. How high is that? I mean, who are they above? They're above Khemri. Yes, on this day, the Mootland was a greater empire than Cetra the Imperishables. They're also bigger than Clan Rictus in Sylvania. Manfred von Karstein glares from Castle Drakenhof at the Empire of the Moot, and he turns green with envy. Clan Angrund, Hochland, Stirland, Kislev, Border Princes, Mung, Sunenberg, Dread King's Legions, Tabaro, Red Fleet. That's kind of funny because of like how much power
Noctilus reign.
Count Noctilus keeps going on about he's supposed to have from the Maelstrom. The Halflings have surpassed him. Crackadrak. Safri. Lothern. Wow! Why is Lothern so low? Strength rating 69. Oh! Oh well, shut my mouth. Nagarond is actually taking large chunks of Ulthuan. Yeah. Nagarond is taken up to the Tower of Lacine. Safri holds Gain Vale. Wait, what? Why does Safri control Gain Vale? And I know I saw that before, but that's usually Avalon. And they usually confederate with Lothern. Was there a civil war? Safri owns Toranlek. They own Krace. Lothern own Tor Kurulai. And there. Yeah, and this. What? Tor Soroya is owned by Corone. Why are the Bretonnians in Ulthuan? Why? What's going on? Poxmarsh is ruins. That's usually the Burning Scimitar faction there. That's alt one. No, that's Law Masters. That's Law Masters, so I don't think Clan Pestilence is anything anymore. Exodal owns the mountain range. Itza is probably controlled by Itza, considering that the Bretonnians are at war with them. Hey Bretonnians, who are you at war with again? Just so I can get a refresher.
Not one step further, stranger. You do not walk my lands without my blessing, which you don't have.
What's your relationship with Ulthuan? Can I see that somewhere? I can see a settlement of Ulthuan somewhere. Have I moved you? No, I haven't. Move down. I don't think Ulthuan have any regions over here, but... Nope. What's your relationships with them? -3 for trespassers against Lothern. -1 for war with Kulta Sotek. And -1 for war with Itza. Why is it only -1? You'd think it would be higher, considering the Lizardmen tend to defend each other? Whatever. And I can't see Lothern. So I can't see what their relations with them is. I can't imagine it's good, considering they're at war with the Order of Lawmasters. The war cult of Sotek and Itza. Military alliance with the Empire, though, of course. Of course. And it's improving. I don't feel they should have as much tolerance to each other. I know... Karl Franz is a great diplomat. That's why. Because he's drawing everyone together. That's kind of his big deal. The law. It's also partly why Thorgrim Grudgebearer is a good High King for the dwarves, because he's more willing to not put grudges aside, but sort of work things out with other factions, rather than just declare war on them outright. Who are you at war with? Averland? Yeah, they were at war with Averland in my Nagaron campaign as well. That was actually, I believe, what was putting them at odds against the Empire so much. If I click on Altdorf. Wait. If I click on Altdorf. Yeah, we can see, aside from their stupidly high approval rating, they have -102 diplomatic points, whatever they are. -41 for treaties with the Golden Order. -18 for treaties with Avalon. I think that was around like -80 in my game. It's Nagarond. It doesn't go the other way. I don't really understand what all this is. Possibly also just the technologies which improve relations with factions isn't needed. I mean, they're already pretty chummy with each other, and then they get a bonus of +30 on top of that. I mean, Bretonnia gets things like that, the Empire gets things like that. The Dwarves get diplomats which increase their relations with every faction. I think they have 2 levels of that, if I remember the researchers properly. Or they might only have 1, which increases relations like by 15? But Bretonnia have a series of researchers which is like plus diplomatic bonus with order factions, and also get bonuses in combat versus evil factions. The Empire have ones which is like send emissaries to the Dwarves, to the High Elves, to Bretonnia, to the Southern Kingdoms, to help with relations with those factions. Maybe they're not as needed. Anyway. But yeah, the Dwarves are at war with Averland.
Welcome.
And their military allies was Mootland, but that makes sense, because everybody loves the Moot. That was what was keeping me alive when I was playing as them. Until I went to war against the Empire. Rewards Blood Dragons, Black Crag, Sylvania, Warriors of Chaos, and Golden Order. Why are they at war with the Why are they at war with the Golden Order? Why are you at war with them? Wait. What? They're trusted friends, but they're at war. Okay. Oh yeah, you know, they're not that bad for a scrap. Oh yeah, they're at war. Oh. This is dwarves' attitude towards Averland. Raiding against Karak. Minus 302. Treaties with the Golden Order. Did the Golden Order and the dwarves just hate each other? Or is that because the dwarves are at war with the Golden Order? Military actions against Karak. Great power. Raiding. War with Karak. Trespassers against Stirland. Military actions against Mootland. I feel like this type of situation, where like Averland is causing trouble with the dwarves, should bleed over more to the Empire. Or to Reichland. Because I mean, at the moment Reichland is getting upset at Averland. But the dwarves aren't upset with Reichland. And I feel like the dwarves should be upset with Reichland, because Reichland's supposed to be the representative of the Empire factions here. Anyway, sorry. I'm rambling on about diplomatic stuff. Bit too much. So yes, as I said, that will leave it here for tonight. I'll just save again to make sure that I did that before I went on to that large tangent. And we will continue this next time. For Warhammer 2 Total War Araby campaign. I don't really know where I'm going to head with this next. What's Bretonnia doing? They're sailing back. They're sailing there. I don't know whether I want to invade Bretonnia. That would be justice. But they're at war. They're friends with the Empire. I'd prefer them to declare war on me. But if they do, they're going to drag the Empire into it, because the Empire don't really like us. What's our preferred climates? Savannah, mountain, desert, temperate island, temperature. Wait, temperate island? We could inhabit... Oh, we could. We could inhabit Ulthuan. Ulthuan's not really that strong at the moment. They're getting picked on by Naggarond. Perhaps I could take advantage of that. The Arabian Empire on Ulthuan. Anyway, that'll be for next time. So, we'll quit. And... that's it. I don't know how long this campaign will go for. There's a bunch of mods which have been updated, which I'd like to play with. And I can't really activate them midway through a campaign. So, but I don't want to really start a new campaign with this again. We might do the same as I did with the Halflings, which is go up to when Chaos invade for real and then see how things are going. So yeah, it's going past a lot faster in the Araby campaign than it was in the Halflings campaign. Mostly because of the turn times being so much faster. Which is something I don't feel I can praise Creative Assembly enough for. I was never too bothered by it. But now that I've got it, I don't think I could do without it. Also, there's less happening per turn, I suppose. Anyway, that'll be all next time. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again next time for more Warhammer 2 Total War Araby. I'll stop the recording here.